What's up, carnivores? We're out here tonight cooking up some filet mignon. I bought a whole tenderloin from a guy the other day, and we cut them up into steaks. Some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller. So since we got big people and little people, that works out good for us. Tonight we got 4 fillets. We're gonna tie these up. We're gonna get them seasoned up real good. We're gonna probe them up with the Meter Pro XL. That way we keep a close eye on them. We're gonna sear them real good, and then we're gonna put them on a different side of the grill. So we're doing 2-zone cooking on the grill. If you know what 2-zone cooking is, you know how useful it is on a grill. If you don't, let me know in the comment section down below. What is 2-zone cooking on a grill? When they cut these up, they didn't do a whole lot of trimming on them, so there is a lot of hard fat and stuff that you would typically trim off of your fillets. But I'm just gonna eat all that stuff, so I'm not trimming it off, whatever, man. We're gonna shape them up, tie them up, be good to go. First thing you wanna do is sort of shape it up with your hands a little bit, and then find out about how much rope you're gonna need. This is butcher's twine. You need to get you some butcher's twine if you don't have any. Cut it a little bit longer than you think that you need it. And we're just gonna tie a little knot in here. If y'all know a better way to tie this stuff up, let me know. I tried Googling how to tie up a single steak to see if there was a better way than the way that I do it, and I could not find anything. Every video I found was tying up the whole tenderloin, and that's a little bit more of a process than what I'm doing. Take that loop that you just made, run your line through there, and now you've just got something that you can cinch up, and you'll see this sort of tighten up and hold that into a nice round shape. You're going to adjust it till you're around the middle area of the steak as far as the thickness is concerned. These are about 1.25 to 1.5 inches thick. And once you've got that, you just pull it under there, loop it again, and pull it tight. Just like that. Okay, so that steak will hold its shape a little bit better on the grill now. We're gonna do this to the other 4 steaks, and then we'll put some seasoning on there. Okay, so now that we've got them all tied up, we're gonna put some seasoning on them. We're using a new seasoning today. This is Pit O' Heaven All-Purpose Ribeye Ranch Pit Grit. This was given to us by Pitmaster Barbecue Supply. Y'all check them out, go to the website. I tasted it, it just tastes really good. It's got a good salty profile, which is what you want on a nice lean cut of meat like this. We're gonna go pretty heavy. These are thicker cuts, and you want a lot of flavor. But it covers all your basics, your salt, your pepper, your garlic. If you don't wanna buy seasoning, you just wanna make your own. Just make sure you've got equal parts, pretty much, salt and pepper, and then garlic to taste. If you like heavy garlic, go heavy on your garlic, go even parts. If you don't like heavy garlic, go, like 1/3 of what you're using. This is me right after work, but if you've got the time on your hands to let this season and soak in for a little while, that's gonna always be best practices. Let it soak in a little bit. We're gonna get some of our Meter Pro XL probes into these fillets. The smaller ones aren't really gonna be big enough to put the probe into. You wanna pay attention to this line right here. You wanna be able to go as deep as just about that line, because everything else past there is good to 1,000 degrees. You wanna make sure that you're at least getting that deep. And so we'll be checking the smaller ones with a meat pen, but these will be Meter Pro XL. What you talking about? All right, so those are probed up, ready to go. Let's get our charcoal spread out on the grill, and then we'll be putting a nice sear on these. All right, so I'm moving all of these over to one side of the grill. That way, we can put them over here to bring them up to temp. All right, we're gonna let our grates burn off for a minute. Then we're gonna put these on there. If you've never cooked fillets before, fillets are a leaner, intramuscular meat type of a steak. And when you have leaner intramuscular fat, which means not much on a fillet, you're not gonna cook nearly as fast because the fat is not gonna melt down and render inside the meat, helping it to cook faster. Sort of like what you get with a ribeye, where you sort of do 2 minutes on one side, 2 or 3 minutes on the other side, and then it's almost ready to go at that point in time for a lot of steaks, unless you get a little thicker. But for these fillets, it's gonna take a little bit more time, and so that's why these meters really come in handy, because it's harder to time. Coal's ready, let's go ahead and get these bad boys onto the grill. Put these little medallions right there. Got our bigger ones on there. Once you get them onto the hot surface, make sure you give them a good press. That way you get some nice lines on there. We're gonna let that go for about a minute, and then we're gonna give them a turn, minute, turn, then we're gonna flip them, and then we're just gonna be flipping them until I get the color that I want onto these fillets. All right, so just a little turn, that way we get some diamonds on there. Press them down again. All right, so we've been about 2.5, 3 minutes on one side. Let's go ahead and flip it over. Got a nice char on there. Good crust forming on those steaks. Pretty little diamond marks on those smaller ones. Okay, so we're getting some really nice color on these fillets. Let's have a look at what these meters are telling us. We've got temperatures as high as 500 degrees on one and 462, 455 on that one. Our internal temperatures are running about 85 and 75 respectively. The smaller ones we're just monitoring with a meat pen. But you can see how these high temps, and I've seen temperatures over 700 on this cook, but that just lets us know what's going on the inside and on the outside. And since it's the Meter Pro XL, we're good for up to 1,000 degrees on these temps here. But we're just about at the point, you can take a look at these steaks, we're just at the point on the color that we want. And so that's just gonna allow us to move them over to the cool side and then cook them to the temp that we want. We're looking to pull these at about 120 degrees internal. Some people might tell you to go a little higher, but in my experience, we're gonna see about a 15-degree carryover cook after we pull them. And so we're gonna pull these at 120 degrees, give us a nice medium to medium rare. Let's go ahead and shut it down, let the PK do its thing. We're gonna adjust the far vent about halfway open and make sure we got a little air coming in on the bottom, and that's gonna take care of things. We're just gonna be watching those meters. We'll be back in a little while to pull these things. Okay, so we're up above 100 degrees on the two big fillets. Meat Pen told me that the smaller two are ready to come off. We're using our new prep tub today. This is the Prep Tub V2 Junior from Drip EZ. It's a great little tub. It's got snaps on the sides, and it's got a cutting board in the bottom, so that's gonna work great for this video. We're just gonna pop it up. You can make it one level deep or very deep. And so this is great for like steaks and chickens, things like that. Smaller cuts that you don't want to use their big tub for. I know y'all have seen that big tub in my videos. Let's go ahead and get those two smaller fillets in here, start letting them rest. Ain't that pretty? All right, so we're gonna shut it down, monitor those closely while these rest inside of the tub. That's one thing good about this tub, it's got a lid, it just locks on. Okay, so fillet number 2 is just at 120 degrees. Let's go ahead and get it off of there. That's number 2 right there. So we're gonna bring it and put it in the tub with the others. Let it continue to carry over cook while the other one comes up to temp. And now the 4th fillet is at temp. This is what you call daddy's fillet. Now, I'm gonna set a timer for about 10 minutes. You can go 15 minutes if you want. Let those juices pull back into the meat. We're gonna go about 10, then we're gonna cut into them, see how we did. Okay, so it's been 10 minutes, and if you wanna come check this out, we pulled these at 120, and the first one that came out planed out right there at around 130 degrees, and the second one that I took out is around 127. So that just goes to show you that if you're wanting to pull at 130, you're gonna wind up with 140 to 145 degree steak, and that's a little overcooked when it comes to a fillet. You don't wanna dry out a fillet. Let's go ahead, get these and check one of them out, cut it open, see how we did. That way we can get to eating them. I say we go with this one right here. Don't forget you put a rope on it when you make these things. But you can see that right there. That's what you want. That's that perfect. That's that absolutely perfect fillet. Last thing to do is a favorite part of my job is being the royal taste tester for you know, all the food. That just looks like heaven. Tender, juicy, Everything you want in a fillet. Should have trimmed it. There's a little bit of that stuff you're supposed to cut off in the back of my bite, but it's all good. If you have a better method for cooking fillets, or just tell me how you like to do it, what temp do you like to pull it from, anything like that, or if you have any questions about what I did today, let me know down in the comment section below. Y'all come over to American Smoked Carnivores on Facebook. It's my group for the channel where everybody shares their cooks and swaps ideas and gives each other tips, things like that. It's a great group. Y'all come check it out. Also, make sure to come over to American Smoke on Facebook. That's my page. And follow me. That way you can keep up with everything that's going on with American Smoke. Everybody that stuck around to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. Smoke on, and I'll see y'all in the next video.